This is our 2004 Nissan Murano. Today, we're going to take the factory Bose system out of here.
It sucks. You're going to love it.
We're going to bring this car up to the 2020s. I'm Andy, this is the Rusted Nut, and let's get started. So here's a look at what we're going to install today. This is an aftermarket faceplate made by Scosche, and they're the only manufacturer that does make this as far as I'm aware. This takes the place of your original faceplate and your navigation controls, your HVAC controls, any of that you might have in the car. With that being said, and this being the only faceplate that is out there on the market, it is a little touchy. So I'm on the second radio that I've ordered for this unit now because this opening for the face, while claiming to be doubled in, didn't fit the last radio that I bought. Now, I then since bought this Boss unit. It fits mostly. I am going to have to make some modifications to that faceplate for this radio to fit completely, but there's a lot less modifications to make here. The other radio just wouldn't have fit no matter what I did. The next thing we have is our adapter harness. This will adapt your factory radio harness to the new harness for your new radio. And this is a Metra 70-7550. This is for 95 and up Nissans. Next up are the Kenwood 300 watt speakers that I have here that are going to go in the doors. We have one blown door speaker at least, and this should sound pretty good after that. Now, from what I've been able to research, there could have been two possibilities for speakers in the front doors. And I guess it depends on what system you have in this car. There would either be 6.5 round or 6x9s. I'm pretty sure we have 6.5 rounds for all four doors. This is a Bose system in this car, as I said before. All right, to get started, let's take this vent panel out. All right, with this popped out, we need to pull on the back side at the same time. It's kind of tough. These clips are holding on for dear life back here. Alright, the next thing we want to do is reach underneath here. There's trim on the sides that we need to pull down. Get your trim tool in behind and just pull down on it from both sides. And then just pull it down. It will come apart in two pieces and be dirty. And there is a wire here for the light underneath, and you can just undo your connector for it. Just like so. There's two screws in the top you need to get. Thank you, Nissan, for putting a nice tray up here to put my bolts and screws. Then there's a screw here on the side we need to get, as well as one on the other side. Alright, now we should be able to just take the radio and slide it out. Okay, I found it was easier if you disconnect all these harnesses first and then disconnect your antenna wire later. This antenna wire was easier to get to once it was the only thing left, and I could bring the radio out further. So now everything is disconnected from the radio. We need to separate it from our front piece. And the way we do that, there's screws on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on either side that you need to get out. I'm going to take them out on the bench. Let's start taking our screws out. Now you're going to notice the two screws at the bottom for the HVAC controls are coarse thread, where the others are fine. So make sure you don't put the wrong screws in the wrong places. Don't forget the two screws at the top on either side, as I just did, and two at the bottom. Now this ribbon connector, there's a connector down here. You just lift up, but do not pull it all the way out. You just lift it up enough that it comes loose, and you can slip your ribbon connector right out. Squeeze your harness retainer clips in and pull it out. And that'll release it from the left bracket. Now the next thing we're going to want is this harness right here, because it's going to transfer to our new faceplate. Just gently pull it out. And there you go. Now here's why I said I'm gonna have to make some alterations. I could set it in like that, but I don't like it being recessed. I want it up here. So I'm gonna have to trim a little bit off the sides here so I can stick this the whole way through. I'm gonna do a little trim with a plastic wheel for my Dremel. And I'm just going to take this side piece out a little bit. Now with those alterations done, you can see that we fit more flush now, which is exactly what I want. So I forgot something rather important. You need the trim surround for this. So you need to take the screws out for it. Now you can get rid of this piece. In the Metro instructions, now they want you to remove this piece right here from square to square. We still have a fitment issue with these tabs right here, so we're going to trim those tabs off. Now with those out of the way, we fit much nicer on here, and we can actually screw this on. It's not the best fit in the world, I will say that, but kudos to Metro for being the only ones that make this kit. So this is with it installed. It looks really nice. I've heard mixed reviews on the HVAC controls and the controls up here about whether they work or not. We're praying that this works well for us.
Mama always said that God is mysterious.
Now it's time to get the radio mounted. It's a very tight fit, but it is fitting. So now, time to put the radio brackets in. Okay, here it is with the HVAC controls installed and the radio. And you can see the front. It looks pretty nice. I'm actually very happy with this. The real test will be if this all works. All right, we're going into the wiring now, and I'm soldering all of my connections. I always solder. I do not use butt splices where I can. Soldering is the best connection method you can make. So solder and heat shrink tubing. You can buy the connectors that have the solder built inside and heat shrink on the outside, and you can melt them with a heat gun, but I do not have those, and I prefer to do this method anyway. So we're going to start soldering. Nice connection. And there we have it. Our harness is all soldered together for the wires that we needed to use. And I'm going to test it out now and test out the HVAC controls, and we'll go from there. Okay, here we have the finished product in the dash. It looks really good. It also sounds really good. And the HVAC controls work. You can see I can choose off. I can choose auto. I can fan up, fan down. I can auto. I can do dual. I can change the temperatures. Everything works. Turning the volume down so I don't get hit with copyright, but everything works good. Now it's time to move on to the speakers. Okay, I'm starting off with the driver's door panel because this is the speaker that is blown. Take your cap off in there for screw. There's also one down here to remove. And there, Phillips. And that's out. You take your door switches out now. I'm going to take this trim panel off. I'm going to disconnect the harness for the memory seats. From there, we have a screw down here. And then there's two down here above the handle. From there, you can start separating the door panel from the door. And pick up on it. Now I'm only going for my speaker here, so I'm not going to disconnect the whole door panel. Now I'm cutting the wires to my Bose speakers because I'm not reusing the connector, but I am going to put new terminals on the ends of these for the new speakers. Since the factory Bose speakers are molded into one plastic assembly, it's not anything I can use as an adapter. It would just be too big. And the back side of it doesn't lend to having another speaker in there unless I cut that out. I'm going to make some screw holes here. And then I'm going to put some screws in through there to hold the speaker in. There's plenty of metal here to screw to, so it'd be all right. Okay, there's the speaker installed, and that's how I'm going to mount all 4 of them. I know there's a gap up here, but it doesn't hurt anything with these speakers, and it's for a teenage driver. You know, we're not worried about entering any sound system competitions, but it's going to sound great anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and put this door panel back on and move around to the other 4, and I'll be back as soon as we're done. There's the finished product. You can see Carplay works, and you can see the speakers aren't able to be seen from the trim panels, but they're in there. There's the Carplay screen. Top screen still works. Everything on here works still. Climate controls work. There it is. Alright, that's going to do it for this how-to video. If you like this video and like the content that I provided to you, please be sure to smash the like button down below and subscribe to my channel for more content and more how-tos coming up. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. This is our 2004 Nissan Murano. Today we're going to take this factory Bose system out of here that really sucks, and we're going to put an aftermarket system in. Wow, this has been in here for quite a while. I don't know what that is, but now I don't know if yours will be, but my antenna wire is the biggest pain in the ass known to man, apparently. Don't put that on. If you like this content, please like the button. If you like this have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.